Chris, obviously today ends in defeat. We faced a team who had everything on the line, but this also provides a good test for us. What are your reflections on today's game?
Yeah, we're extremely disappointed, as you can imagine. There was a few heated words in the dressing room at half time and full time, and I think ultimately it shows how much people care. The standards we've set ourselves this year have been really high, and to fall short as much as we did today, it's obviously disappointing from an individual point of view. Collectively, nowhere near level, but we've got some massive games coming up now, and I think that's the most important thing for us. And we're not happy with the run we've been on, but as long as it's an opportunity to reflect and a learning curve for us, that's the most important thing, and hopefully we can give a really good account of ourselves going forward.
And as you mentioned there, it's really important to note that it's been a run of games that doesn't define our season at all. There's still so much more to play for going forward.
Yeah, of course. Ultimately we would have liked to get some good points and some momentum heading into the playoffs, but it's been an opportunity to give certain players a rest, and I think that's also important. And we know ultimately that over the course of the season we've been in a really good place, and you don't just become a bad team overnight. So I think it's important to of course reflect on why we are where we are at the minute, but it's also important not to lose sight of what a good position we're in, and we've got some massive games coming up, and of course we need to turn it around quick, and but like I said, it's also important not to lose sight of the hard work and the amazing performances we put in this season.
As you mentioned there, a bit of a period of reflection. We go to Portugal for the next few days for a training camp, but a real opportunity to do that and bring the group even closer together.
Yeah, I think now more than ever, we need to stick together. There's no benefit from pointing fingers at each other and blaming each other. Of course, you want to hold people accountable and individually hold your hands up when you haven't been at your best standard, but it's also important to put an arm around each other and give everyone a lift, because we're going to need everyone in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be a massive couple of weeks for the football club. The more positivity we can create amongst the dressing room, amongst the fans, amongst the whole football club itself, I think that will put us in a really good position going forward.
One game to go of the regular season, treat it like it's just as important as any, and then rest assured we'll be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully we get a win last game of the season, but for me it's just giving a good performance that we can be proud of, and a performance that really looks like us. I think we probably fell a little bit short with that last couple of weeks. So of course you can never guarantee a result, but if we can guarantee that individually we'll run for each other, we'll fight, we'll scrap, we'll treat it like it's the most important game in our season, and then we've got a bit of time to prepare for the two massive playoff games.